This is NTA International.
I am a Nigerian. I am one in 5 Africans. I am a Nobel Prize winner, a soccer champion, a giant of literature, a musical icon. My roots lie in the dusty Sahel of the north, in the rich rainforests of the east, in the savanna plains of the west, and in the oil-filled swamps of the delta. My strength flows from the waters of the Niger and the Benue. Nigeria is my home. I am the voice of 200 tribes speaking more than 200 languages. I am the laughter of the world's happiest people. I am my brother's keeper. I am a child in one of the youngest nations on earth. I am the passion. I am the soul of a continent. I am a Nigerian.
Latest entrant, latest technology. Welcome to Intel 4G LTE Advanced and experience super fast internet access today. Visit intel.com.ng or any of our stores in Lagos, Abuja, and Port Harcourt to get started. Intel. Live more.
This is Mambila Plateau, a place in Nigeria endowed with enormous natural resources. The topography, the undulating plains, and exciting rock formations. Waterfalls and waterways are second to none. Said to be the highest point in Nigeria, Mambila Plateau is the home of the largest hydroelectricity project in West Africa. Mambila Plateau, a virgin beauty waiting to be exploited for tourism.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much for joining us. This is Nationwide on the network service of the NTA. I'm Ruth Aguela. Let's begin from Borno, where a federal government delegation led by the Senate President Ahmed Lawan arrived in Maiduguri, Borno State by midday on Monday on a condolence visit over the killing of farmers at the weekend by terrorists. Members of the delegation include the Chief of Staff to the President, Professor Ibrahim Gambari, Ministers of Federal Capital Territory, Mohammed Bello, Communications and Digital Economy, Ali Isa Pantami, and the Minister of State for Agriculture, Mustafa Baba Shehuri. Other members are the National Security Advisor, Major General Babagana Mongono, retired, and Senior Special Assistant, Media and Publicity to the President, Malang Garba Shehu. The delegation was received on arrival at the airport by the Borno State Deputy Governor, Usman Umar Gaddafu. The delegation is in Borno on behalf of President Muhammadu Buhari and the federal government to commiserate and identify with the family of the victims, the government and the people of Borno State over the incident. President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, said President Buhari has assured that the federal government will do everything possible to end the insurgency, as it is paramount for government to protect the lives and property of citizens against any form of attack. He said the president has given a marching order to the country's armed forces to take the fight to the enclave of the insurgents, noting that it will continue to provide all resources needed by the military, as well as bilateral relations and collaboration with neighboring countries to stop and eliminate the insurgents. Well, and for more, details on the Zabarmari incident, let's now join Mohammed in Maiduguri to bring us all of that. Mohammed.
Thank you, Ruth, and good afternoon. Meanwhile, the need for intensified security to protect lives and property of the citizenry has again been emphasized. Senators from the 3 senatorial districts and members, House of Representatives from Borno State, made this assertion when they paid a sympathy visit to Zabarmari village over last Saturday's massacre on 43 rice farmers by persons suspected to be Boko Haram insurgents. Yagum Subukar has more on the story.
About 20 kilometers away from Maiduguri, the Borno State capital, Zabarmari village in Jere local government is a rice-producing community where farmers from within and outside the country reside to transact businesses. The massacre of over 40 innocent rice farmers and abduction of several others will forever remain black on the minds of the people. Sympathizing with residents of the area, Borno State Deputy Governor Umar Usman Kadafu assured of government's relentless effort in securing lives of its citizenry. Leader of the delegation, Senator Borno Central, Senator Kashim Shetima, described the incident as unfortunate.
The situation is terrible, and all hands had to be on deck to see that we find a final solution, a final resolution to the challenges. I want to assure you that we are determined to promptly address the issues of insecurity challenging us in the north.
He said the Senate will hold a meeting to deliberate and strategize on the security situation in Borno State. In Maiduguri, Yagun Subukar, NTA News.
About 130 families of deceased teachers in Borno State have benefited from distribution of relief materials by the state wing of Nigeria Union of Teachers in partnership with Network for Civil Society Organizations with the support of Northeast Development Commission. Memuna Garba has the rest of the story.
Worried by the humanitarian crisis caused by more than a decade-long Boko Haram insurgency in the Northeast region, Nigeria Union of Teachers Borno State Wing, in collaboration with Network of Civil Society Organizations with sponsorship from Northeast Development Commission, deemed it necessary to assist families of deceased teachers in the state with food and non-food items.
We thought the date is dead, but Union of Teachers and then Northeast Development Commission have made us realize that even the dead can provide food on the table.
We are grateful. We are expecting more from the government.
Executive Director NEXOP, Ambassador Ahmed Shehu, and Chairman MUT Jibril Mohammed said the intervention is critical in ameliorating the living conditions of the citizenry and urged teachers to remain dedicated to their service.
Looking at the record, over 500 teachers have been killed by insurgents, and we thought, how can we be able to help their own siblings?
We need additional support, especially in the form of scholarship, to the young ones.
Representative of NEDC Musa Zarami said the Commission is committed to supporting victims of humanitarian crisis. According to the facilitators of the relief package distributed, the gesture will lessen the burden of providing for victims of humanitarian crisis in the region on government alone. In Maiduguri, Maimuna Garba, NTA News.
You're on to Nationwide from Maiduguri. Let's now return to Ruth in Abuja for more reports. So, Ruth.
Thanks, Mohammed. Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Sadia Umar Farouk, says the ministry will consolidate on its collaboration with relevant ministries and agencies as well as international donor agencies in order to continually achieve the desired goals of improving the lives of vulnerable and poor Nigerians. Well, the minister stated this at the ministerial press briefing on the 2020 activities of the ministry. Let's get more details from Ilyasu Ali Yakubu.
The social investment program of the federal government, which included the conditional cash transfer of 5,000 naira to the poorest of the poor Nigerians, trader money, homeschool feeding program, and power job creation, among other social schemes, have touched the lives of millions of Nigerians since its creation in 2016. So the ministry's determination to consolidate on this feat for improved development of human existence, the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs said, is sacrosanct. She said the agencies under the ministry has executed programs that have direct bearing on the lives and well-being of the citizenry, with collaboration with donor agencies and other relevant stakeholders. The minister said the ministry is formulating policy documents that will enhance its operations to better the lot of Nigerians in all spheres of human endeavors. On COVID-19 palliatives and other food distribution to IDPs, the minister said all the states of the Federation have been reached to cushion the effects of the COVID-19 lockdown.
We have also developed a plan for the post-COVID-19 recovery period, which are job creation, farmers' grants, and livelihood projects. Our strategy is to build resilient structures that include the Nigerian vulnerable youth and other vulnerable groups going forward. Palliatives. The ministry identifies a strategic role and impact in the everyday lives of the Nigerian. We want to assure the public that we are on ground working every day for Nigerians in the service for humanity.
In our ongoing effort to ensure that she reach out particularly to the vulnerable. It's a very challenging job. It's physically exhausting and mentally tasking. But with all due respect and with all sense of modesty and decency, I think the Honourable Minister has discharged her job honourably and efficiently and effectively.
While commending the ministry's management staff and heads of agencies for the unflinching support and determination which resulted in the achievement thus far, the minister enjoined them to be more critical in the journey ahead. In Abuja, Ilyasu Ali Yakubu, NTA News.
Let's look at ICT. The 2021 budget of the Federal Ministry of Science and Technology has been designed to enhance the capacity of Nigerian youth to embrace science, technology and innovation for entrepreneurship. Minister of Science and Technology Dr. Ogbonnaya Onu disclosed this at the 18th meeting of the National Council on Science, Technology and Innovation holding in Abuja on the recent African Union's resolution that African nations should appropriate at least 1% of their GDP to the development of STI. Dr. Ono has a concern that Nigeria has to key into the resolution in order to make meaningful socio-economic breakthrough. He wants Nigeria to take the lead in Africa in the development of science, technology and innovation for sustainable socio-economic growth, as the present time is auspicious for innovative strides and technological developments, especially with the outbreak of COVID-19 and its attendant disruptions to global economic activities.
It has been demonstrated over and over again that no nation has ever developed and become a truly great nation without a deliberate, conscious, and concerted effort in applying science, technology, and innovation. Nigeria, our dear nation, cannot and must not lag behind.
The ministry added has also developed policies aimed at increasing the participation of youths in the development of science, technology and innovation in the country. Such policies include the Executive Order 05, the Economic and Recovery Growth Plan of 2017 to 2030, the National Strategy for Competitiveness in Raw Materials and a host of other policies developed by the ministry. And on education, the Federal Ministry of Education is currently aligning the educational curriculum for secondary schools to meet up with labour market demands in order to equip the youths with the relevant skills necessary for decent jobs and self-reliance. Now, this came to the fore at this year's 6th edition of the National Students Vocational Skills Competition held at Federal Science and Technical College, Orozo, Abuja. The Minister of State Education, Chukwuemeka Nwajuba, says youths and adults must be equipped with the best and latest skills provided by the technical and vocational institutions in Nigeria to address the current economic challenges, which hinges on production.
Towards continuously motivating students into choosing TVET as a reliable education path to follow. On this note, I hereby declare this competition open.
Other speakers at the occasion agreed that white-collar jobs are no longer available, hence the need to empower the students with skills to be self-reliant, hoping to also be job employers. In another development, to fulfill its promise and solidifying ties between Nigeria and Chinese government, University of Abuja has inaugurated railway engineering course, the first by any Nigerian university, facilitated by the People's Republic of China. The virtual ceremony, which took place at the university's campus, witnessed the participation of Chinese government officials with equipment worth billions of naira, already installed by China at the institution's Faculty of Engineering. Representatives of the two countries signed agreement both in the university and over there in China.
We shall continue to appreciate the genuine collaboration of the government of China to Nigeria's infrastructure and educational development, which they pursue without appreciable selflessness.
Vice-Chancellor of the University, Professor Abdurrashid Na'Allah, recently dropped a hint at the presentation of scholarship to 49 students of the university by the Embassy of the People's Republic of China, that the university will, through collaboration with China, begin the railway engineering course from the beginning of the next academic session to reciprocate the gesture. Well, to effectively drive and sustain tourism, industrialization and commerce in Cross River State, the state government has started bidding for the procurement of contractors for the construction of the Abuja International Passenger and Cargo Airport. Paul Abel has more to tell us.
With the mandate to develop the aviation industry, boost tourism goals, float an airline known as Cali Air, and create an alternate source of revenue for the state, the Cross River State Ministry of Aviation is living up to its billing. To achieve this dream, the ministry has already embarked on land clearing of the airport site, concluded payment of compensation to landowners, as well as carrying out other site preparations. In line with international best practices of transparency, accountability, and due process, the government is adopting an open competitive bidding for the procurement of contractors for the construction of the airport.
I therefore urge all stakeholders to cooperate fully with the government to deliver this project within the specified timelines.
After the technical and financial opening of the bids, evaluators will do due diligence and communicate with successful bidders. In Calabar, Paul Abel, NTA News.
Let's now go on a break. We're back shortly, so you stay tuned.
scorecard like no other. Government has put in place measures and initiatives principally targeted at youths, women, and the most vulnerable groups in our society. These included broad plan to lift 100 million Nigerians out of poverty in the next 10 years, the creation of 75 billion naira National Youth Investment Fund to provide opportunities for the youths, and the Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Survivor Fund, through which government is A. Paying 3-month salaries of the staff of 100,000 micro, small and medium enterprises. B. Paying for the registration of 250,000 businesses at the Corporate Affairs Commission. C. Giving a grant of 30,000 naira to 100,000 artisans and guaranteeing market for the product of traders. These are in addition to many other initiatives such as farmer money, trader money, market money, N-Power, N-Tech, and N-Agro. These and more in spite of a recession and a global pandemic.
When you think about hospitality and affordable luxury away from home, then you talk about Sharon Ultimate Hotels, a secured and serene environment that offers kingly services such as 24-hour room service, impeccable security with CCTV surveillance, parking lots, free Wi-Fi internet service, free complimentary breakfast, restaurants that offers continental and local dishes, well-equipped fitness center with instructors, swimming pool, 350 capacity multi-purpose hall, laundry service, pastry corner, mini mart, and our suites are breathtaking. For reservation, locate us at plot 1710 Tafawa Balewa Way, Area 3, Garikia, Abuja. The Sharon Ultimate Hotels, the ultimate place.
The Council of Our Fathers.
My advice to these young people is please do not take us back to those harrowing days. You probably do not know what it is.
Nigerian youths, let's build our nation together.
Thanks for staying with us. President Muhammadu Buhari will on Tuesday, December 1, roll out the much-awaited National Gas Expansion Program in Abuja. The event would herald the formal dispensing of autogas, CNG, LPG products at the 2 NNPC retail stations. The rollout is the culmination of the resolve of the President Buhari's government to deepen domestic usage of natural gas in its various forms. It is also in line with the government's plan to make gas the first choice source of cheaper and cleaner energy for Nigerians in their personal and industrial endeavors. Also at the event, the HMSP will, on behalf of the federal government, hand over CNG-powered mass transport buses to the Nigerian Labour Congress as part of the agreement reached with Labour during negotiations and in recognition of the role organised Labour plays in the quest to bring relief to ordinary Nigerians. Nigeria's 2020 economic recession occasioned by the coronavirus pandemic has continued to generate reactions from economic experts. Guest on NT's Good Morning Nigeria, however, optimistic of a quick exit from the recession within a short period as the effect of COVID-19 recedes and government interventions kick in. Alika Kwanachi Arua has details.
Speaking on the program, the Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Shamsuna Ahmed, says measures are being put in place by the federal government to ensure that the recession is short-lived. She says some of the initiatives include enhancing the ease of doing business by reducing the cost of tax payments for small businesses to thrive, as well as reduction on import and export duties, transportation and others.
For 2021, while we will be borrowing, we'll also be concentrating a lot on trying to realize revenues that are non-debt, that will still bring the liquidity that we need to run the economy.
Other guests on the program emphasized the need to improve the welfare of citizens, give more support to the agricultural sector, and finalize measures towards reopening Nigeria's borders for increased economic activities.
The kind of intervention which I like to see are partly what the minister said, but we need to look at the variables that impact directly first on businesses and on the citizens.
So the first major task I see the government doing now is to be more aggressive, in the area of insecurity, even if it means, changing the security, tweaking the security architecture.
Another thing that probably also need to be done or to be implemented that will also have direct bearing on the economy and especially the economy of the local persons is the issue of the housing projects that is supposed to be done under the economic sustainability plan.
They encourage Nigerians to patronize locally made products in addition to promoting peace and harmony in the country. In Abuja, Alika Opanachi, Arua, NTA News.
In Lagos, we hear the state government demolishes shanties. Michael is already standing by to bring us details. Michael.
Hello, Ruth. Traders with shops have been demolished along the fringes of fiber markets, are appealing to the Lagos state government to provide them with an alternative location to ply their trade. The traders, however, say, contrary to reports by East Task Force, their members did not have any dangerous weapons or hard drugs found in their possession.
Friday, 27th November 2020, traders along this corridor at Fagba hosted officials of the Lagos State Task Force who were on a mission to demolish illegal shanties and containerized shops. The area has been largely peaceful, with traders of all ethnicity coexisting peacefully. But trouble, however, started in October when a livestock carrying truck was denied access to the market, killing some of the livestock, which got the traders upset.
The people that burn this market does not concern people are here. They came from far place.
The aftermath of the demolition have left these one-time small business owners stranded. Despite being told to leave, they are still lurking around with a feeling of hopelessness about their condition. Faith Paul is a graduate of mass communication who has been forced into trading here.
Okay, if they want us to leave, they should have at least give us somewhere to go. Or if at all they want us to leave, they should just give us this year.
The task force says after the expiration of a 7-day removal order, an additional 21-day grace was given. Aruna Hassan, a father of 10, however, says no additional days of grace was given.
So as talk say make you come out, they never give us any place to do business, to find what you person go chop. After 2 weeks, 9 them can destroy everything.
The displacement as a result of the demolition has left the traders asking what next, as they admitted that their structures, though illegal, but claim to pay several authorities, including officials of the Lagos state government. I contacted the public relations unit of the task force to confirm this allegation. The insistence of the task force is that the activities of the traders continued to pose security threats to residents of the area. In Lagos, Dotun Oguyemi, NTA News.
Now to security, the success of winning in operations largely depends on logistics, and this is strategic to the Nigerian Army. Exercise Livewire is therefore targeted at equipping participants of the Nigerian Army College of Logistics Management Course 18-2020 for achieving victory from the drawing board to the battlefield.
No doubt, the Nigerian Army has recorded significant stride in tackling insecurity, both in internal and external operations. The successes recorded are, however, premised on training and retraining of officers and men in the latest act of warfare to meet the current global challenges. These mid-level officers have undergone 3 months intense drilling to incorporate more practicals into their performance.
Logistics support is key, okay, making sure that once anything falls short of the required level, we'll bring it back to level for the period that's required for a mission to be achieved. That is what logistics does for a military operation, and that is what we teach our students here.
The exercise Live Wire took place in Papalanto in Ewekoro local government area in Ogun State. It exposed participants to planning before commencement of operations, build-up, and how troops are effectively deployed.
You are now in the field where you will be seen to site all the logistics cells in this best support area. The main supply route must be secured to be able to bring in the supplies to that support area so that the enemy cannot ambush the supplies and thereby render the troops without supplies.
NACOL was established to meet the requirements of its officers during internal and external operations. In Lagos, Lynn Lenake, NTA News.
Still staying with security challenges of the recent past no doubt have had negative effects on the nation, especially Lagos. These have brought to the front burner the need for well-organized, robust, efficient, and highly effective security architecture in Lagos State. As a result, the Babajide Sanwo-Olu-led administration has embarked on the training of over 6,000 law enforcement agents to be able to effectively manage peace across the state, using a careful blend of state-of-the-art technology and equipment. Nusa Sula tells us more.
To further enhance the capacity of the Lagos State law enforcement outfits, such as LASMA, Neighborhood Safety Corps, VIS, and the Kick Against Indiscipline, the Lagos State government embarked on a re-engineering of the State Law Enforcement Training Institute to be able to further enhance the capacity of personnel. Part of the re-engineering process, according to the Lagos State Deputy Governor, Dr. Obafemi Hamzat, is the deployment of technological tools of law enforcement such as body-worn cameras and body shield in the training of the security personnel. He further stated that the curriculum of the institute has also been reviewed in response to the challenges and dynamisms of 21st century law enforcement to enable officers be a step ahead of criminals and lawless elements in the society.
It's only a small percentage of the population that will do things wrong. It's only a small percentage. So if we all come together, assist the law enforcement, then we'll be fine. So I'm not worried about them. I worry about the rest of us as to what do we need to do to enhance their job.
Dr. Hamzat called on all security personnel, especially the graduating officers, to discharge their duties with due diligence and professionalism. In Lagos, Nusa Usula, NTA News.
We have more stories on Nationwide. Both will be coming from our Abuja studio where Ruth is still standing by.
Thanks, Michael. President Muhammadu Buhari felicitates with the immediate past president of Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria, Ahmed Yakasai, as he turns 60. The president lauds Mr. Yakasai, who is the Honorary Consul General of Pakistan in Nigeria, for his services to the pharmaceutical industry, his country, and to humanity in general. In a statement, President Buhari urged him to use the milestone, that's his birthday, to rededicate himself to all that is noble and altruistic. He rejoices with friends, family, and professional colleagues of the former commissioner in Kano State and prayed God to grant him longer life and all-round prosperity. Let's talk health. The emergence of COVID-19 has no doubt put so much pressure on the health sector in Nigeria. To this end, people living with HIV in Nigeria are advocating strengthening of the nation's health system and protection of the rights of women and girls living with the disease to have access to qualitative health care. Elizabeth Omori reports that this was the message of a network of people living with HIV as they observed the 2020 Candlelight Memorial in Abuja.
Abuja is 34 and a mother of 2 living with the virus.
It's positive, I don't know. You understand? It's during my 3rd baby. That is why I was confirmed. By January 25th, it will be 8 years now. So Alhamdulillah, I'm there with my 2 kids now because I lost my last baby. Because she's just like a hero to make her mom to be strong.
Her story, which she shares here, is to assist in the prevention of the spread of HIV among families and individuals, and that's the essence of the gathering of the network of people living with HIV and AIDS in Nigeria. According to statistics provided by NEP1, the prevalence of people living with HIV is currently 1.3% in Nigeria, an indication that the infection rate of HIV has dropped slowly in recent years. But there's still much to be done.
Coming out to help us, to join us in fighting stigma and discrimination. And now, going beyond that, because by the time you test and find yourself HIV positive, and now declare and say, I am HIV positive, and I am here to fight for individuals that are infected and affected, and I am here also to fight the virus, to make sure that this virus does not leave me to affect another person.
2020 is a milestone year towards ending AIDS epidemics. 81% of people living with HIV now know their status across the region.
Survivors of HIV like Adiza say punitive laws and policies must be removed, while the rights of persons living with the virus must be protected for them to live a normal life.
We must take responsibility by coming up with targeted HIV testing programs, such as self-testing awareness creation at community level through sensitization and community dialogue meetings.
Supportive family system, uninterrupted HIV services, and quick access to qualitative health care were some of the recommendations made to attain universal basic health coverage before 2030. In Abuja, Elizabeth Omori, NTA News.
Let's flip to security. What appears as more efforts to be professionally armed for responsive constitutional roles, the Nigerian Army is holding a capacity building workshop for the Education Corps officers. While the workshop is focused on developing instructional skills in line with current trend and to enhance the capacity of Corps administration officers and teachers on leadership. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tuku Buratai, was represented by the Chief of Administration's Nigerian Army.
All human endeavors and activities are constantly changing and evolving, particularly education and administrative activities. The Nigerian Army Education Corps in general and administration of Nigerian Army schools in particular must evolve with the environment, lest they become obsolete and irrelevant.
Today we are starting with teachers. Please, this is for knowledge purposes. It's for awareness purposes. It is to change mindset and performance. Even if you believe what you have been taught is known to you, take it as a form of revision. Because at this center, we believe that no knowledge is lost. It is the application that matters.
The theme for the workshop is improving class teachers' instructional and professional skills for enhanced performance. Now, there have been commitments, no doubt, by government at all levels towards changing the mindset of the Nigerian youth for national unity, peace and development. Bulak Afsa reports on such leadership training workshop for the youth held in Bauchi.
Youth constitute more than half of Nigeria's population and are the most active of the nation's population. They are energetic and can be very useful if their potentials are properly harnessed. The Lead Generation Initiative is a non-profit, non-political organization committed to creating opportunities for young people to channel their energy and creativity towards adding value to their communities and the nation at large. Chairman Board of Trustees of the initiative and member representing Iseyin, Isewaju, Kajola and Iwajowa Federal Constituency from Oyo State, Mr. Shino Abiola Pele says he has a dream for Nigerian youth where they will contribute their quota to nation building, challenge the present status quo by giving meaningful contributions. He further urged youth in the country to bring meaningful strategies, ideas and innovations to the table and take responsibility for their action, describing the recent NSAS violent protests as needless.
It is very, very difficult, to come together, but I believe, by the time we all come together, we'll be able to identify our strength, turn into a structure, and be able to create a network to achieve our aim.
There were goodwill messages by the Executive Director, Mrs. Ayobola Abiola Pele, and representative of the Bauchi State Commissioner of Police. Youths at the training bared their minds.
I have learned that leadership is organizing, and I have also learned that a leader is not born, a leader is made.
This kind of trainings instill a bit of discipline and hope in the minds of young people like me.
The training exposed the participants to various leadership skills. In Bauchi, Bulak Afsa, NTA News.
Our next stop will be Port Harcourt, and Jenny is standing by to guide us. Jenny.
Very much, Ruth. Good evening and welcome. The cordial relationship existing between the Ikweres and the Tiv ethnic nationality of Benue will continue to be strengthened. Governor Nyesom Wike gave this assurance when the Tivs, accompanied by the leadership of Akpako Ikwere, visited him at Government House, Port Harcourt. Ogedin Ikwere reports.
The current relationship that exists between the Ikweres and the Tiv ethnic nationality of Benue dates back to nearly 20 years. Though not of the same state, they however share common aspirations.
We believe through these interactions, we have it on table we can do to cooperate commercially, industrially.
Leader of the delegation, Nzo Tiv Caleb Yashi, says the Ikweres and the Tivs have built a strong socio-economic and political relationship. He praised the peace and security enjoyed in the state, while also applauding the developmental strides under Governor Wike, especially the cassava processing plants.
The Tiv people appreciate you as the first governor to respond and aid the Tiv people during the headers crisis in Benue State, which the Tiv people were killed, including 3 parish priests.
Governor Wike gave assurance that the Ikweres will continue to build upon the gains of the partnership and commended their peaceful disposition in the state.
We are talking about marginalization is not only to the people of Rivers State and the Ikwe ethnic nationality, also to the Tivs. And that is why our position is very clear. The time has come that this country has to be restructured.
Point of the visit was the presentation of her portrait and plaque. In Port Harcourt, Ogedin Ikwere, NTA News.
Cross River State Government has been commended for providing clean environment, friendly and upgraded health facilities to achieve universal health coverage in the state. The Minister of State Health, Dr. Olorinimbe Mamora, gave the commendation while inaugurating the renovated and upgraded facilities at the General Hospital, Calabar. Paul Abel reports.
Despite the COVID-19 pandemic lockdown that spanned for some months in the year, the Cross River State government did not relax on its orders, but embarked on revamping of health facilities, including all general hospitals. This is evident with the unveiling of the rebranded New General Hospital, Calabar, and as the minister puts it, the reception, antimicrobial epoxy floor, accident emergency units, pharmacy, casualty units, doctors' call rooms, theater, among others, are of international standards.
It's a testimony to the commitment of the government of Cross River State to the health care of the people of the state. And particularly at this level of General Hospital, which is like a link between the primary health care and the tertiary.
We went on to start an emergency work on all the general hospitals in Cross River. This is one of them that went through a complete overhauling process, and we're very happy and proud of what it has become today.
The minister further appreciates health workers who have sacrificed to keep the health sector functional and called on the state government to sustain the synergy with federal government in order to fix health challenges in the country. In Calabar, Paul Abel, NTA News.
Nationwide continues with Ruth in Abuja after the break.
Younger generation to use talent and brain to sort out problems, not arms.
Nigerian youths, let's build our nation together.
But good social media users stop, verify the information, and reflect before sharing it. Now, are you a good social media user? Stop the spread of fake news. Verify the authenticity of your source for a better Nigeria.
This message is from the National Orientation Agency.
From dusk to dawn, 24 hours a day, NTA International is with you. In your living room, office, and everywhere, anywhere. We provide the company you desire in terms of balanced and up-to-date news, programs, and the best of entertainment. Tune in to DSTV channel 251, Go TV channel 91, Freeview channel 264, or live streaming via www.visiontv.co.uk. Application for iOS or Android. Intelsat 901/332.5 degrees east. You can also see us on Facebook and YouTube for quality content on the go. NTA International, Africa's window to the world.
My name is Nando Jamda Muhammad.
Stedita Hussein Musa.
Roduna Joel Finji. Said Musa John. I'm a carpenter. I've been doing this for more than 8 years now.
And I said that plantain na kai kimamin shekara uku. I've been selling my tomatoes for about 10 years now, and I do it for a better Nigeria.
And I do it for a better Nigeria.
Ina wannan sana'ar lemu ne domin Nigeria ta ci gaba. Ina sa domin Nigeria ta kyau.
And you can see how we are doing our small little work to make Nigeria great.
As you can see, I'm a technician and I'm doing it to help myself and to help my generation.
Ina zaune ne a plateau na business. Kuma ina yin wannan domin ci gaban ƙasar Najeriya.
For a better Nigeria. This message is from the National Orientation Agency.
NTA News 24. A 24-hour news station brings to you news and happenings 7 days a week.
News at 10 a.m., news update at 11 and 1 p.m.
News desk at 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. and late evening news at 11 p.m.
Follow us on any of our platforms and keep abreast of events and current affairs within and outside our shores.
We are on DSTV channel 419, Go TV channel 46,
Star Times channel 101 and Free TV channel 703.
Join us.
We're glad you're there. Many nations of the world, including Nigeria, are experiencing different forms of social challenges that hinge on slowing development. Well, some people, however, believe that the process of achieving positive changes in the society could be better using the platforms of virtual arts and books. Olabode Arewa reports that to drive home this message, an art exhibition and a book on social control have been unveiled in Abuja.
The Nigerian society, with its diverse composition of different ethnic groups and languages, has had strong ties to arts and culture, with creative works of arts continuing to influence social life of Nigerians. Mr. Jonas Ewum Chimaonu, an accomplished visual artist, poet, and author, has been spearheading the use of visual arts to promote positive change in the society. The author unveiled his new scholarly work where he examined how the creative works of art does shape the society.
Art has dominance in the society and went straight to the cultural aspect. Then, being an art historian, now made a study of traditional art history, I discovered that art has influence in every stage of our society.
He also exhibited some artworks from his gallery collection.
When the artists produce their work, and we use them to embellish some places like the hotels, maybe all these bridges they are building. If it were in foreign countries, you would have seen they use artwork to embellish them and decorate the place. Then revenue will be coming from there that will accrue to the artists themselves and the government.
And artworks generally instill different types of emotions in people, whether the aesthetics, the concept, the message is trying to pass, or just the deep thoughts connected with the artwork. So
art has what we call soft power, and with soft power you can tend to change perceptions.
Before his foray into the world of painting, Mr. Jonas Enwurum had a career in the audit section of the Nigeria Customs Service in Abuja, Labodarewa. NTA News.
Right, let's go to Kaduna, and Salamatu is there to guide us. Salamatu.
Thank you, and a warm welcome to Kaduna. Kaduna State government has ordered accelerated investigation and diligent prosecution of all persons responsible for the last weekend's killing in Jama'a local government area. This is with a view to bring in to justice perpetrators of the crime and put to an end the incessant killings in the area. A statement by the State Commissioner for Internal Security and Home Affairs, Samuel Aruan, says Governor Nasir Ahmed El-Rufai has also directed the State Emergency Management Agency to provide relief materials to victims of the attack. The state government appeals to security agencies, traditional rulers, and community leaders to sustain their synergy and support towards consolidating on the peace-building efforts being supported by the State Peace Commission. In the meantime, special forces of the Nigerian Air Force and personnel of Operation Safe Haven have arrested some suspects in connection with the incident as they make frantic efforts to stabilize the situation and restore normalcy to the affected areas. Governor Muhammadu Badaru Abubakar of Jigawa State has described the federal government's intervention through the bailout and transparency in the management of the nation's wealth as instrumental to the achievements recorded by the state government in various sectors. The governor stated this at a ceremony organized by a group youth coalition for development in honor of 5 indigenous consultants who completed their medical programs abroad. Bashir Ibrahim Nababa has the details.
It was a dual occasion celebrating 5 young Jigawa accomplished consultants and to also since their 60 students sponsored by state government to study various medical courses in the People's Republic of China. Members of the Coalition for Youth Development, majority of whom are professionals in various fields of endeavor, and other guests were at hand to sensitize the sponsored students on what is expected of them by being good ambassadors of not only Jigawa State, but Nigeria as a whole.
Sponsorship is one of the most important challenges that we face while studying, especially in medical courses that are very expensive. So with the initiative of the governor sponsoring students, especially in this number, large number, about 60 of them, it is going to go a long way to actually supplement for the individuals that are studying.
For Governor Muhammadu Badar Abubakar, the sponsorship of additional 60 students to study medicine will bridge the gap in the state health facilities, commending President Muhammadu Buhari for being supportive to the state.
These students are being examined and being taken on merit, and I congratulate you for passing the exam and because interviews.
Many of us have a lot of challenges, but God willing, we have overcome such challenges, and now we are all registered and recognized consultants in the West African colleges as well as the national postgraduate colleges.
By lifting them up to attain the pinnacle of their medical specialty, the beneficiaries pledged to give back to the society. From Duse, Bashir Ibrahim Nababa, NTA News.
That is it from Kaduna. Back to Ruth in Abuja.
Thank you, Salamatu. The contributory Pensioners Union has now been cleared by the Federal Ministry of Labour and Employment to operate as a statutory body. Well, the development now brings to an end the prolonged legal tussle rocking the leadership of the union. Let's hear more from Francis Fom.
The contributory pension scheme was established to assist workers save for the rainy day and invest to cater for their post-retirement. This is the first meeting of the union under the new normal to chart a new course on the welfare of the senior citizens.
The long-awaited certificate of registration of our union was issued to us. We've been on this thing since 2012. We have intensified communications with major stakeholders.
The union is determined to ensure speedy release of retirement benefits by employers and end the era of unjust treatment of its members.
Somebody retired 2 years and not been paid. We cannot be sitting down. So what we do now through this agitation, what they call advocacy, meeting the agencies that concern.
The first priority of SIPON is welfare of the retirees. Second, welfare of the retirees. Third, welfare of the retirees. We want to have a national hospital for contributory pensioners.
And our decision says we are Contributory Pensioners Union of Nigeria. And the union is taking care of the interest of every public servant today.
A constitution to guide and regulate the conduct of the union was unveiled at the meeting. In Abuja, Francis Fom, NTA News.
The 24th Annual Quranic Memorization and Recitation Competition, organized by Jama'atu Izalatu Bidda wa Iqamatus Sunnah, is holding in Gombe State Capital. Jibril Musa Tarba has more.
Declaring the competition open, Governor Inouye Haya of Gombe State described Quranic competition as a life-transforming activity and commended Izala Group for supporting government efforts in furthering education in the country. According to him, education is given top priority under his administration, which is why 600 Langaya schools were registered, with Alarama receiving stipend through PESDA program.
I would like to use this opportunity to urge youth in Gombe State not to relent in search of knowledge, and my administration will continue supporting them in that direction.
The National Chairman, Jamaat Lizard Libidia Council of Ulamas, Sheikh Muhammad Sani Yahya Jingri, hailed Governor Inouye Haya's continued support to education and for executing meaningful development projects in the state.
We are sure, and we have seen it, that Governor Inouye Haya has recorded a lot of achievements in the areas of development projects and programs in the state. About 112 reciters from 21 states of the country, including Abuja and some from Niger Republic, will participate in the week-long event. In Gombe, Jibril Musa, NTA News.
Talking sports, the Tigers conclude their first FIBA Afro Basket on a winning note as they maintain their unbeaten run with another emphatic 91-68 points win against Mali. Olumide Guntula brings us sports update.
Stakeholders in the world of basketball have continued to commend Nigeria Tigers after the team recorded 100% winning record at the ongoing FIBA AfroBasket 2021 qualifiers in Rwanda.
It shows the continuity of what we have started in China, where we beat the host country.
Players dominated the game from the beginning of the competition to the end. I mean, that was a good one for them. The coaching crew, good job.
The result means that the D Tigers lead Group D and will continue its rounds of qualifiers in February 2021. In table tennis, two-time champion David Fayele and five-time winner Bose Udusanya are aiming to retain the title they won last year. As this year's edition of Ashujoba Table Tennis Championship gets underway in Lagos, organizers assure that observing COVID-19 protocols will be prioritized as stars are expected to be discovered from the two events instead of the usual 17 events.
An emergency, because I didn't have the money I can pay this tournament, but I'm ready to go and win my trophy.
I need to play very well, to use my back and my front.
In football analysts have decried the poor performance of Nigerian club sides in the first leg rounds of matches of the CAF Champions League and Confederations Cup, calling for tactical approach in the second leg for the teams to remain in contention. Enyimba Football Club of Aba was the only team that recorded a long goal away victory against Raimo of Burkina Faso, while others lost their respective games both home and away.
Enyimba may pull through, but others I'm not so sure, because yes, they do not have that experience playing in the continent.
Enyimba is still restoring the pride of Nigerian football. Other clubs in the Nigerian Professional Football League, I think they need to do better. From the foreign scene, action continues on Tuesday in the UEFA Champions League when Atletico Madrid will trade tackles with Bayern Munich, Shakhtar Donetsk versus Real Madrid, FC Porto will host Manchester City, while Liverpool locks on with Ajax, among other matches. With sports update, Olumide Guntola, NTA News.
Let's not stop in the fight against rape and rapists. Thank you very much. That's Nationwide today. I'm Ruth Aguele. Enjoy your evening.
You